insight into every detail and every moment of your case. Paralegals, legal assistants, investigators, buildings with boxes of evidence. Every resource carefully designed to get you the most possible. And at Morgan & Morgan, we even have a dedicated team to make sure that your calls are returned that very same day. Injured? Dial pound law. That's pound 529. All law firms are not the same. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Injured? Visit ForThePeople.com for an office near you.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, we want to share special thank you messages this Veterans Day. And who better to hear them from than your friends and family?
Happy Veterans Day to my husband, Timothy Golden. We are so proud of you.
I'd like to shout out Brendan Barrett, who served as an infantryman in the U.S. Army.
Sending a happy Veterans Day shout out to my amazing husband, Shane Dixon.
And from all of us here, happy Veterans Day. Use hashtag Gratitude Mission to thank a veteran and honor their service. Your service inspires ours. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
The Atlanta United play here.
WZGC Atlanta, WZGC HD1. Always free on the Odyssey app.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Shonde Silva playing the role of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man and giving Atlanta United a 2-1 lead at halftime in a very eventful final 10 minutes of this first half. Let's pick up the scoring. Starting in the 38th minute, Atlanta United getting the first lead of the game with Yorgos Giacomakis. Lennon closed down by Cucho. Hands it off to Sabo along the near touchline. Dribbles through traffic. Cuts it back. Josetu. Josetu comes forward. Ahead to Lennon in the near corner. Traps. Here's his cross to the back post. Giacomakis header. Score! Boom! Giacomakis! You cannot work it any better than that, and Atlanta United has their first lead in the playoffs. Columbus, though, answers in the 45th minute, a transition turnover producing another goal against Atlanta United, and once again, it's Cucho Hernandez that gets to Shonde Silva, but it rolls off him to Nagbe. Sent down the middle, here's Rossi. Rossi passed Almada to the top of the arc. Ahead to Cucho, the penalty spot, shot, score. How many times have we seen Atlanta United give up a goal like that this year? 1-1. And Atlanta United's time in the lead lasts a mere 6 minutes. But how many times have we seen Atlanta United respond with stoppage time goals in each half? Well, it happened in the fourth added minute of the first half here with Shonde Silva. However, it's Lennon now with a pitch down the right wing to Saba. Saba at the top of the 18, takes a touch, another touch, now centers it to Giacomakis, ahead to Silva, shot, score! Ball don't lie! Shonde Silva puts on a Spider-Man mask to celebrate that goal, and Atlanta United might have the halftime lead after all. 7-4 the shots, Atlanta, 4-2 the shots on target, Atlanta United. Possession 54-46, Atlanta United. The key passes 6-4, Atlanta United, and the expected goals 0.88 to 0.72 for Columbus.
This time of year, the superstars come out to play, and you go back through the goals. I mean, it's Giacomakis, it's Lennon with the cross, it's Rossi, it's Cucho, it's Giacomakis' assistant Shonde Silva, and Saba Lobjanidze is involved in it. Big game players produce big game moments. This match has had it both ways, but Atlanta's had just a little bit more of it. They have to build on this. Columbus is a team that doesn't grow into games over 90. They do over 45. Second half, they've been a different team all year long. Atlanta needs to come out of the locker room and put the game to bed.
No doubt about that. They lead Columbus 2-1 at halftime. We'll get Jess Sharman's perspective on things after this on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Make the most of this soccer season by getting together with your favorite fans. As the official supermarket of Atlanta United, Publix is here to help you make it a great game.
Whether you're having a party at home or tailgating with friends, pick up all your food and drinks at Publix. For a limited time, you can fill up before the game with the Atlanta United Spicy Sub from select Publix locations. Or visit Publix.com/Atlanta United to find game day recipes and more. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Fill your game day cooler with the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Smooth, real brewed tea with a 5% kick of alcohol. Look for the bright yellow cans. Twisted Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Some things in Atlanta are complicated, like Spaghetti Junction at rush hour. Thankfully, other things are much simpler, like choosing Truist One checking. No overdraft fees, practical perks, automatic upgrades, and with more than 130 Atlanta branches, you can add convenience to the list of perks too. Open an account at your local branch or online at truist.com/one. Truist One checking. One simple choice. Branch count in the Atlanta metro area as of May 31st, 2023. Truist Bank, member FDIC.
It's a play-in tournament rematch in the ATL. I'm a warrior. As Trey and the Hawks take on Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat in our first City Edition game of the season. I will never bleed. You can't stop me. I will make history. I'm a warrior. You don't want to miss this. It's Hawks Heat. See it live and loud at State Farm Arena, Saturday, November 11th, presented by Georgia Power. Get your tickets now at hawks.com/tickets.
I'm a warrior. The home for our Atlanta United is here. Now, back with more MLS action on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
And United, the 2-1 lead on Columbus Crew at halftime. Chick-fil-A is committed to helping fight food insecurity and is proud to partner with Atlanta United and Soldiers Angels to help tackle veteran hunger. All season long, when an Atlanta United player successfully makes a tackle, Chick-fil-A restaurants in Atlanta will donate 100 pounds of food to feed a military or veteran family in need for a month. For more information and to ask how you can help, visit ATLUTD.com/community. Jess Sharman of Atlanta Soccer Tonight on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game. Also the radio analyst for Charlotte FC joining us in the booth. A lot of emotion swings there in the last 10 minutes of the first half, clearly.
Wow, what a game to be witnessing in person. Incredible end-to-end stuff. And this is what the playoffs are about, right? The playoffs are about the fight, the desire, the huge moments. And as Jason said, the stars coming out to play. We saw big moments from both sides, big individual players. And what impresses me about Atlanta United in this half is the resilience. You suffer, you concede, you think you're going into the break at 1-1. A lot of teams would dip their heads, they might feel sorry for themselves and they might try and survive until the halftime break. No, with the last kick of the game, they take the lead into the halftime. And we were talking off air, Mike, about how that changes now the halftime tactics, particularly for Columbus. What are they going to do now? They've had to shred that piece of paper, change things tactically. And this is a Columbus side already in this first half that I felt like mentally wasn't quite there. We talked about the incident with the guy that handballed it and then went down with his face. We saw a little Cucho flop earlier on. Yep. We saw some Aiden Morris acting. It feels like right now Columbus is having to resort to some of the dark arts because they're feeling frustrated with the way this match is going. Atlanta United has used all the environment here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium and it's feeding onto the pitch. It's been exciting, but as you guys said, put the game to bed because as we know, Columbus have too much individual talent to try and coast with a 1-goal lead.
We're going to talk to you after the game. We really appreciate your perspective. Jess Sharman of Atlanta Soccer Tonight, Charlotte FC. And we'll have the second half coming up next. Atlanta United leading Columbus 2-1 on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
At the Home Depot, we have all kinds of trees, but the one thing they have in common is they were all made for joy. Trees that easily click together and light up automatically. Trees that connect to your phone. Or even keep their shape with memory wire. When you buy your artificial tree at the Home Depot, not only will you get more joy out of it, you'll be able to put more under it. Find the perfect tree for your style and space, starting at $49.98 at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
My family and I love going to Atlanta United games. Nothing beats cheering on the Five Stripes with thousands of our closest friends. And Scana Energy is part of it all as the official natural gas sponsor of Atlanta United. Together we get loud and proud for our home team. Sign up with Scana today and get up to $100. Call 877-GO-SCANA and mention promo code AU100 or visit scanaenergy.com/AU100 for details. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply.
Look around. You can find cars like these on AutoTrader. Like that car riding your tail. Or if you're tailgating right now, all those cars doubling as kitchens and living rooms are on AutoTrader too. Are you working out and listening to this ad at the same time? Well, multitasking pro, cars like the ones in the gym parking lot are for sale on AutoTrader. New cars, used cars, electric cars, maybe even flying cars. Okay, no flying cars, but as soon as they get invented, they'll be on AutoTrader. Just you wait. AutoTrader.
Oh, this cold.
Honey?
Honey?
Honey, you need DayQuil Severe Honey.
DayQuil Severe Honey gives you powerful cold and flu symptom relief with a honeylicious taste, because life doesn't stop for a cold.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
No, I'm getting a cold.
Honey.
Try DayQuil Severe Honey for powerful cold and flu relief. DayQuil Severe with honey flavor. The daytime coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, honeylicious, power through your day medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
It's that time again. Decorations are going up and family is stopping by. Welcome the pitter-patter of their mini feet with new carpet. The Home Depot has all the styles you want in colors you love from brands you trust. And installations included. Schedule your measurement by 11/13 and purchase by 11/27. So the carpet goes in before the family shows up. Get your house holiday ready at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Installation included. Qualifying purchase. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
Our Atlanta United play here.
Now, back to more live MLS action.
On Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Atlanta United 45 minutes away from extending this series to a decisive Game 3 or seeing their season end with a come-from-ahead loss. You don't want that. 2-1. They lead Columbus as we start the second half. Time quickly for the halftime adjustment brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic, official chiropractic partner of Atlanta United.
If you have watched Atlanta United at all under Gonzalo Pineda, you're not asking yourself if this team's going to sit back and absorb pressure and bunker and be defensive. No. That's not how Gonzalo Pineda feels the game. It's not what's called upon in this situation. Columbus has given up more goals in the second half than the first all year long. Atlanta has scored more goals in the second half than they have in the first all year long. At home, Atlanta United with 2 goals all time, 57-1-11. You want to know what it gets to when you score a third? 36-0-4. Go get the third goal, put the game away. Let's go.
Those the halftime adjustments brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic. Don't do pain, do you. No changes for either team. Columbus to kick off and attack the goal to our right, wearing yellow shirts and trunks, black numbers and trim. Atlanta, black shirts and trunks. ATLUTD graffiti on the front of the shirts in green and blue, white numbers and trim. Chris Penso, the referee, puts the ball down. 45 minutes to a series extension or the end of the season.
Only things you're maybe thinking about as you go in the second half. Yakimakis on a yellow, Silva on a yellow. We see the wingers sub out quite often. That's not a surprise. Do you see TRA in for Yakimakis sometime after the 65th minute, perhaps?
Rossi kicking it off and backward to Zawadzki, and the second half is underway as Zawadzki walks it up to the left halfway line. And now hooks this down the middle for Cucho, who blocks that down to Rossi. He'll fire it over to Gressel now in the right wing, and he'll drop it back to Morera in front of the right halfway line, and he'll dip it back into the Columbus end to Camacho. Up to Zawadzki again at the left halfway line. He'll turn and dribble into the Atlanta end. And now through traffic, slip it into the middle. A dying ball that's tackled away by Mayumba and sent back towards Guzan by Josetu. Lennon gets on the end of it, gives it to Guzan, who drives it clear. Morris heads it forward, but right into the boots of Josetu, who tried to pop it ahead to Mayumba, but it was over his head to Aiden Morris.
That was all he had there. It was a good read on that initial sequence by Almada to step up and press as Atlanta was starting to drop off the ball and let Columbus string passes together. Now you see Giacomakis leading the press. Don't let Columbus get comfortable.
Schulte will send this down the left wing to Zawadzki, met by Saba. Plays it ahead now down the far touchline. It rolls to Cucho in front of center circle. Good ball ahead to Gressel, in behind Wiley. Dribbles into the box, tough angle shot. Oh, just wide of the far post. Gressel offside anyway as the flag comes up.
Brad Gazan had it covered. Wiley recovered well. He knows he can give a little bit of a step there inside because he knows he can outrun Gressel. He gets back to recover. Gressel's offside to begin with, so none of it matters. But if that shot's on target, it's saved by Gazan.
Free kick Atlanta, which Wiley plays backward to Abram at the edge of the Atlanta 18. Columbus in a 3-4-3 as it's sent down the middle by Abram to Almada. Punched over to the near touchline. Wiley pops it off of Gressel. Bounces back to Wiley, who advances it now to Almada. Almada turns and drives it over to the right wing to Lennon. He traps and slips it down the middle to Giacomakis at center spot. Yorgos cranks this over to Saba along the far touchline. Saba dribbles centrally. Past his man Amundsen. Into the attacking third. Saba popped ahead of the penalty spot. Giacomakis volley! Wide of the far near post. Out for goal kick.
Woo! I don't know what superhero mask Saba would have pulled out if he assists on that goal, because that was absurd from Saba Lobjanidze to cut inside and go full scoop into the 18 for a volley from Giacomakis.
48th minute, 2-1 Atlanta. Amundsen on the edge of the left defensive third for Columbus, met by Silva. Drops it back down to Zawadzki. Walks this forward and stops. High press here by Silva. Zawadzki looking for options, goes backwards to Schulte, his goalkeeper, just outside the 6-yard box. He'll put it back into the far corner. Zawadzki taps it ahead to Amundsen, up ahead to Matan. Columbus now out of jail as Matan hooks this up to Moreira now on the right wing. They'll send it ahead to Gressel along the near touchline. Gressel is taken off the ball by Wiley. It rolls back to Moreira. Now in the middle, here's Aiden Morris. Columbus having trouble getting out of their own end here as Morris has to square it off to the left to Zawadzki. Zawadzki now coming down the left wing, bouncing it ahead to Amundsen. Amundsen will go backwards again to Zawadzki. Again, Columbus pinned in here in the 49th minute. Now Rudy Camacho squaring to the right to Moreira. Moreira approaching the halfway line, passing ahead to Rossi. Rossi is fouled at the edge of center circle by Abram. Morris puts the ball down, takes the free kick quickly. Driving down the middle, it is Rossi ahead for Amundsen, left side of the 18. Falls down as he tries to dual pass Saba. They now go into the corner with it, and it is dropped back to Morris. Morris flicks back to Amundsen along the far touchline. In the middle now to Matan, dribbling parallel to goal. Matan dispossessed by Xande Silva. Ball is loose and pitched clear by Josetu. Out to the edge of center circle where it's knocked down by Moreira. Back to Zawadzki. Zawadzki past Almada now. Cuts it in the middle to Morris. Morris spins back to the halfway line and is fouled by Almada. Quick free kick, played to Nagbe. Atop center circle, spins back to the left and dribbles down the left wing. Stops 45 yards from goal and hands it off to Zawadzki there. Zawadzki now looking for a run from Cucho. Walks the ball forward and now sends it ahead to Cucho in traffic. Cucho is bumped by Miles Robinson, but he's able to send this over to Gressel on the near touchline, and Gressel knocks it out for a throw. This portion of the match brought to you by Piedmont, official healthcare partner of Atlanta United.
Not the best first touch there from Julian Gressel. Caleb Wiley had him covered pretty tightly.
Columbus, though, will step up to press this Atlanta throw, which comes in their left defensive third. Wiley will throw it up the touchline. Xande Silva heads it, but down to Moreira. Moreira now 40 yards from goal, sends it into the middle. This is Amundsen dribbling up to Josetu. Now Saba shuts off the passing lane. It's dropped back to Zawadzki. Plays to Morris. Handed off Nagbe. Down the middle. Cucho mishits it, and it's cleared by Abram. It bounces off Morris to Almada. Here's a 4v3 Atlanta. Almada sending it down the right wing to Saba. Race to the ball that Zawadzki wins. It rolls to the touchline and stays in. Zawadzki now passing to Morris, who's past Almada and into the midfield. And then play here in the 51st minute. Here's Rossi letting it roll to him on the right wing. Turns and dribbles into the Atlanta end. Now stops, pulls the air brake 40 yards from goal. Bounces it in front of center circle. Morris drives it down the left wing. Amundsen. Left attacking third. Amundsen across. Blocked at the penalty spot. Robinson chested down by Wiley. Gave that to Rossi. His shot blocked by Wiley. It's up in the air. It's knocked down to Silva. And it bounces off him to Nagbe. Passing to Gressel. Back to Nagbe. Back further to the halfway line to Camacho. Atlanta gets out of that one.
Outstanding from Wiley. It deflected in front of him. He had to just react. Came off his chest and popped to a Columbus attacker, and Wiley gets the block.
2-1 Atlanta United now in the 52nd minute. Here is Nagbe pitching this back behind center circle to Zwatsky, and everyone pedals into the Atlanta end again as Zwatsky stops on the edge of center circle and now walks forward. Past Mayumba, down the middle. Mayumba knocks it away. Gives it to Saba. Return to Mayumba. Turns and dribbles down the right wing to the halfway line. Over to the far touchline. Now he'll accelerate past Cucho and past Morris and threads it through to Saba. Tackled away from him by Camacho for an Atlanta throw.
Cucho's getting frustrated. He came sprinting all the way back to try to press Muyumba and force a turnover. Muyumba just skipped past him.
Cucho getting frustrated. Remember, he is playing on a yellow as this is thrown into Josetu. Flick to Mayumba. Drop back to the halfway line, Miles Robinson. Squares it across center circle, Caleb Wiley now on the left wing. Walks it forward and passes to Silva along the near touchline. Drop back to the left halfway line to Luis Abram. He'll center it into center circle, Tristan Mayumba. He'll roll this off to the right now, Brooks Lennon. Lennon 45 yards from goal, trying to send it ahead to Saba. He lost his balance. Tips ahead to Cucho. Saba going for the second ball, but Columbus has it now with Rossi, and then he gave it away to Lennon. Karate chop cleared by Abram down the middle, headed forward by Camacho to Nagbe, who fires it down the right wing to Gressel. Gressel hooks it across to the back post. Brad will let that go over his head, and it will roll. That's out. It is out. Rossi trapped it at the left-end line, but it went out for goal kick.
Handled well in that situation. Columbus getting a little frustrated. Atlanta just needs to be smart here. That turnover with Lennon and Saba started to go. He lost his balance because he had turned to run, and Lennon played it to his feet. Just simplify the game in possession a little bit, Atlanta.
Now in the 54th minute, 2-1 Atlanta United. If the score holds, Game 3 Sunday in Columbus. Guzan will send the goal kick from right to left down the middle to Mayumba. Neatly threaded ahead to Josetu. Now to the edge of center circle, Yakimakis. Back to Josetu at top center circle. Squared off to the left. Here's Almada. Atlanta from right to left as he plays down the near touchline to Silva. Silva now dribbling into the attacking third. Center to Almada, who let that roll through to the top of the arc. And then Yakimakis is dug down. Penzo says get up, but the play continues. Here is Lennon with the cross that's headed away from Yakimakis at the penalty spot by Camacho.
I would have rather had the free kick.
Out into the near corner, Shande Silva. Dribble to the edge of the 18. Popped off a Columbus player and cleared. Mayumba digging for the second ball and takes it away from Matan. He hands it off in the left wing now to Josetu. Square to the near touchline, Silva. In the middle, Mayumba, a good ball. Drop back though to Wiley. Just outside the left attacking third. Scooted ahead to Mayumba. Now bounces it back to Josetu in front of the halfway line. Jamal Tiare getting set to come in for Atlanta United as Abram has it below center circle.
Muyumba is really feeling it tonight on the ball. He is asking for the ball in some tight spots right now.
Now here's Almada slaloming through traffic, dribbling parallel to the halfway line and passing ahead to Mayumba on the left wing. Edwin Mosquera now coming into the technical area for Atlanta as well as Josetu knocks the ball out and I think asked for a sub.
That's not good.
And he sits down. And it's, in fact, Jay Fortune in the technical area now for Atlanta United. So Josetu is asking to come out of the game.
Josetu has been really, really good tonight. Jay Fortune with that start last week. Thought he played well. I thought he played very well.
So did Gonzalo Pineda, by the way, in our discussion with him yesterday. He did mention that.
Josetu is a different player. The game is different now, too, though. You're going to be defending a little bit more. We'll see how Gonzalo Pineda plays this at this point. Josetu, he has a history with muscle injuries. He's somebody that we've seen at times Atlanta and Pineda try to protect him in games, try to pull him out of games where you might not need him in moments so you don't have this happen. Hopefully it's minor. Hopefully it's something small, and he's going to be ready to go if we get to Sunday. But Jay Fortune coming in, more physical. I think he covers a little more ground, maybe a little bit better as a traditional holding midfielder. But it's a big ask for Jay Fortune coming into this game in this moment with a 2-1 lead.
I think the TRA sub has been retracted.
I think they're going to hold on to that one a little bit. They want to keep things a little more stable with this sub being forced. This was not the original plan. I think there was a little bit of word that Hosechu, probably at halftime, he wasn't feeling 100%.
Yeah.
So you knew that you might have to do it early. Fortune was coming to the technical area before Hosechu went down.
Play resumes. Mayumba squaring it to the right to Lennon. 57th minute, 2-1 Atlanta. Lennon dribbling down the right wing and sending it ahead to Saba. Right side of the 18. Cut back cross. Yakamaka shot! Wide of the far post. Did Schulte get a piece?
No.
No, out for goal kick.
No, Yorgos mishit it. That was the goal, the third goal.
Yep.
That was it. It was really well worked. Atlanta is starting to cook. Down that right, Saba is really starting to cause Amundsen and Zawadzki problems because he's getting in between them. He's picking his times to stretch the field wide, but when he comes in between the wingback and the center back, Columbus is losing Saba every time.
This portion of the match brought to you by your local Ford dealer. Columbus from left to right. Here's a Braum digging for the ball on the near touchline. Bumped by Morera. He's able to slip it down the near touchline. And here's Rossi dribbling on Mayumba. Here's a cross. Canceled out by Robinson at the penalty spot. And then he gets the second ball and is able to clear it up to Almada. That's a big play with Abram off his line. Now Wiley is pushed down and fouled by Gressel as he tries to escape down the left wing.
So good from Wiley. He did exactly what Columbus did early in this game. You draw a little bit of contact, you go down. You go down and you get that foul and you restart things.
58th minute. Brad Guzan standing over the Atlanta penalty spot. Now pitching down the right wing for Saba. Amundsen knocks it down, but right to Saba, who flicks to Almada at the halfway line. Jay Fortune's first touch is a pass to Mayumba. Drop back to Robinson. Played back to Fortune by Almada, who pinballs it ahead now to Lennon. Lennon bouncing it down the middle for Yakimakis. It's knocked away by Camacho. Out to the far touchline, and it will bounce off Almada and stay in play as he rolls it to Lennon. Lennon drops it back to the right halfway line now to Miles Robinson.
Atlanta doing everything they need to frustrate Columbus right now. It's been very, very good over these last 5-6 minutes.
Jay Fortune squaring it off to the right again to Lennon. Chante Silva calling for it on the left side, but Lennon can't get it there. He has to drop it back into the Atlanta end to Robinson.
Lennon was watching Yakimakis. He was trying to make the run in behind. It didn't quite materialize.
Caleb Wiley now on the left wing, dribbling up to Gressel, and then giving it away in the central channel to Rossi. Fortune trying to run it down. Can't get there. Rolls up to Matan now. Dribbles into the left attacking third on Robinson. Alexandre Matan to the edge of the 18. Cross deflects to Fortune, who will drop it back to Lennon. Plenty of time to clear, and he does. Up to Silva, who knocks it down to Wiley. Left defensive third. Wiley with an awkward touch, but he's able to bounce it down the near touchline and off Almada for a throw. Taken quickly by Columbus, but overthrown to Cucho. It bounces to Mayumba, who clears up to Almada. Almada down the left wing, past Morera, and then dribbles into a brick wall, and Morris. That knocks the ball back into the Columbus end. Morris then bumped from behind by Yakimakis, but stays on it. Morris dribbles up to center spot.
Great strength from Morris to ride off that challenge from Yakimakis.
60th minute, 2-1 Atlanta. This portion of the match brought to you by Apartments.com. Morris walking in front of center spot. Squaring to Zawadzki in front of the left halfway line. Drop back to Camacho, who punches it ahead to Morris again. Morris inside center circle. Sends it down the middle, Rossi. Ahead to Gressel down the right wing. Ahead to Cucho. His shot saved by Guzan. Cucho offside anyway. And Robinson had good defending on Cucho as well.
Good positioning from Guzan. He takes away half of the goal there. Cucho's going to have a world-class goal and also would have needed to stay on side to get to the opposite side of the goal. Nice positioning from Guzan on the near post.
There's Fortune behind center circle, dropping it back to Robinson, who plays it down the right wing to Lennon. Up to Almada at the right halfway line. He'll turn and dribble now. Ahead to Yakimakis. Perfect ball down the right wing. Out of a tackle, Yakimakis. Walks the edge of the 6. Cross Silva. Shot. Oh, my God. He put it over the crossbar. Absolute sitter. Chante Silva with an open net and has a sitter. Giacomakis immediately runs up to him to reassure him. You got to play on through that. Giacomakis urging the crowd to give support.
You got to go make it up. Put it on a platter for Sean De Silva. It's more unselfish play from Giacomakis, and he put it over the bar from the top of the 6. You got to make that a footnote in this game. Atlanta's got to now lift Sean Day up. Great reaction from the players on the field. Giacomakis, Almada, Muyamba all went to Sean De Silva. You've got to just put it behind you. Atlanta is opening Columbus up. The Crew have an injury player down. Atlanta's just got to keep going. Love that from Giacomakis to get the crowd to react for Sean De Silva as well.
Yeah, it's great leadership. Trying to put glasses. Zwatsky, the injured Columbus player. Now remember, they have Yayaboa, and they also have Yevon Chebriko.
Yaboa would be the move because you got to open things up here. You would then move Amundsen back into that left center back role. Yaboa as the left wing back, and that's an attacking move.
Well, it's still 2-1 Atlanta. We're in the 62nd minute. Zwatsky is sitting up. It looks like they're looking at his left knee.
Knee. I thought maybe calf, but it looks like the knee. That was on the sequence where him and Giacomakis were both racing for that through ball, and Giacomakis got to it, and Zwatsky went down.
He is back up now. Almada is over to check on him, and hopefully Zwatsky is okay. Getting another replay now of the, just the end of the play, not the Zwatsky incident. Look, Silva, that is tough. I mean, the ball is taking a little bit of an awkward skip.
It's a miss. It's a miss. He'll tell you the same. It happens to every goal scorer where you just have that split second of losing your focus. Maybe it takes a little bit of a hop, whatever. You have to put that in the back of the net. Sean De Silva knows that. Let's see if he can make up for it.
All right, Zwatsky being attended to on the far touchline, and Columbus is going to run a sub in here to the technical area. Meanwhile, it's going to be goal kick to Columbus, and it'll be 11-10 for Atlanta for the moment. 2-1 as we cross into the 64th minute. Atlanta United, if they hold on, will force a decisive Game 3 on Sunday. Here's Amundsen pitching over the top for Cucho, headed away from him by Robinson down the middle, then actually bounced off Giacomakis. And he collided with Camacho, and play is stopped. It is Yayaboa coming into the technical area for Columbus, and I am certain he's going to come on for Zwatsky. He is. And that is Columbus's first sub. Each team with 4 subs and 2 opportunities remaining.
Giacomakis fouled Camacho, so it's going to be a free kick for Columbus.
This portion of the match brought to you by Moe's Southwest Grill.
Welcome to Moe's.
Much better. Here is Matan off the free kick, driving down the middle, run down from behind by Mayamba, but stays on it. Now pulls the ball back to the left, squares it to Rossi, drop back to Nagby, 35 yards away. Over to the near side, Morera. Morera now to Gressel along the near touchline. Back to Morera. That pass almost run down by Almada. Morera, though, is able to center it to Aiden Morris, who dribbles down the left wing, stops 35 yards from goal. Giacomakis collides with him, and Morris fouls him by making contact with his head.
It's the same foul that was just called a second ago on Giacomakis, and Camacho went down. It's the exact same foul. It's a flailing arm. Giacomakis this time draws the foul. Now remember, Gonzalo Pineda was going to bring on Jamal Tiare before the injury to Mateus Hosechu. I don't know if that was for Giacomakis or not. Yorgos is on a yellow card. He's not at risk right now, but that is something you have to think about.
Oh, a great free kick by Robinson Silva. Can he run it down to the near corner? Yes. Off the end line, he passes to Almada just outside the left side of the 18. He takes a touch and dribbles backwards. That was a great free kick by Miles. Caleb Wiley now returning it to Almada on the left wing. Almada sending it to the back post over the head of Giacomakis. Trapped by Yayaboa. His first touch is to be dispossessed by Saba in the far corner. Now they duel over to the touchline, and Yaboa clears, but Brooks Lennon blocks the clearing ball and then is dispossessed by Matan. Foul plea by Lennon. They don't get it. 3v3 Columbus. It's Cucho overlapping down the left wing. Instead, Matan goes centrally. He is stuffed by Tristan Mayamba. Second ball rolls to him, and then he's tripped up by Cucho. Foul.
It's a foul.
Quick free kick. Here's Almada driving through center circle. Down the middle, Thiago Almada into the attacking third. Ahead to Xande Silva. It curls into the near corner. Silva standing over the ball there. Silva will drop it back in the midfield to Caleb Wiley. Atlanta United looking for an insurance goal in the 66th minute. Here is Almada. Pivoting around Morris. Pitching it down the middle for Yakimakis, who was held up nicely by Amundsen. That gives Schulte time to come off his line and catch. Columbus countering from left to right. Here's Cucho, dispossessed by Robinson along the far touchline. Robinson saves the throw, squares it to Mayumba. Down the left wing now for Yakimakis. Back to Mayumba, who flicks to Saba, back to Mayumba, ahead to Saba, right side of the 18, heavy touch, but he's able to bounce it off of Camacho. No, goal kick. They'll say it last came off Saba. I think that is the right call. Not much of a protest by Saba. Columbus taking the goal kick quickly. It's walked ahead by Rudy Camacho. We're in the 67th minute now.
Game's very stretched right now, and that's okay for right now, but Atlanta needs the third goal to put it away.
Darlington Nagbe behind center circle, trotting up to the left halfway line, and playing it through now to Yaya Boa along the far touchline 45 yards away. Back to Nagbe in front of the halfway line. He'll flick there to Aiden Morris. Drop back to Amundsen, who is now the left center back for Columbus. Amundsen punches that back through to Nagbe, who slowly dribbles down the left wing up to Jay Fortune. Nagbe now stops and flicks it back to Amundsen again. Amundsen rolling it forward, now dribbling forward to the edge of the attacking third where he passes ahead to Nagbe. Nagbe met by Fortune again, scoops it back to Amundsen. He'll send it into center circle to Rudy Camacho. Now Columbus will try the right side, I believe, as it slipped over to Morera, who plays it over to Gressel along the near touchline. He'll drive it back past to Schulte, who's 30 yards off his line.
Good from Atlanta, but you can't let up. Columbus restarting.
Tapped ahead to Camacho, to Morris, into center circle to Amundsen. Columbus from left to right. Amundsen at the top of center circle. Down the middle, Rossi. Mayumba right there. Rossi has to give it back to Amundsen in front of the halfway line. Amundsen now will bounce that hard up to Yeboah, who puts a cross into the penalty spot. Karate chopped away by Abram. Out to Mayumba at the edge of the Atlanta 18. Drop back into the far corner. Here is Lennon flicking ahead to Saba. Saba with a loose touch, collides with Baton. Now here's a cross to Cucho near the penalty spot. Flicks inside the arc. Rossi to Gressel. Back to Yeboah. His shot is blocked. Rebound at the penalty spot. Cucho couldn't get there. Atlanta clears.
Great from Miles Robinson. He just went through the traffic to clear that.
Scramble defending by Atlanta United in the 69th minute. It's still 2-1 Atlanta. Sports of the match brought to you by Heineken. Columbus again with Nagbe inside of center circle. Dribbles to center spot. Now dribbles below the circle, off to the right. Passes ahead to Gressel on the near touchline. Gressel back to Nagbe, 40 yards away. They'll knock it back into center circle. It's Amundsen rolling it forward now. Here is Matan dribbling into the midfield and squaring to Morris. Morris ahead to Morera on the right wing. Morera to the edge of the 18. Stops. Fires it over to Gressel on the touchline. Gressel to Rossi outside the 18 right side. Flick back to Gressel. Gressel puts it in the middle. Darlington Nagbe open, 35 yards out. Ahead to Matan. Matan near the top of the arc. Matan dribbles on Fortune. Pitches to the back post. To Morera, knocks it down. Cucho, and he shoots it over the crossbar. Out for goal kick.
Yeah, a little bit different there from Cucho. That one is through a crowd and off of a hop. That's a difficult ball. Good defending, but Matan is the one who really scares me at this point for Columbus. He's the playmaker. When he gets the ball centrally, he's causing Atlanta some problems.
70th minute as Guzan puts it down for the goal kick. At what point do you anticipate another sub?
Probably soon. Sooner rather than later, I'd say in the next 5.
Guzan, good distribution. Almada won the ball, but flicked it right to Amundsen. Columbus down the middle to Gressel again. His ball knocked away by Wiley, but then given right back away by Silva to Morera. Ahead to Gressel, right side of the 18 is cross. Canceled out at the penalty spot by Robinson. Headed up in the air by Morris, but down to Yakimakis, who slides to maintain possession behind center circle, and then he bounces it off the referee. It still gets to Saba anyway.
No, it's coming back. It's a drop. It's a drop ball. It hit the referee, but it broke up an attack for Atlanta. Atlanta's gone. They're going down the right.
It's a really bad break.
No, it's a bad break. There's nothing that Pinso can do there, but they're gone. They're gone down the right.
You just hope all these bad breaks don't add up. Here's a pitch down the middle for Lennon. Lennon traps, top of the 18. Dribbles to the corner of the 18 now. Now parallel to goal. Square ball up top. Shande Silva dispossessed by Nagbe. Nagbe now in a jam. Trying to clear it over to the near touchline. He does. It is scooted ahead to Diego Rossi. Mayumba back on his mark. Almada trying to run him down. He does. And then it's Rossi tripping up Mayumba as he tries to start a counter.
That's another foul by Rossi, and it's another foul in the midfield.
It is not a card, though.
That's what Pineda was asking for.
2-1 Atlanta United, 71st minute. Since Atlanta got the second goal, they've had two really good scoring opportunities, including, I'm not going to harp on it too much, but an absolute sitter by Shande Silva in front of an open net.
No, it's a sitter. Hopefully we don't have to harp on it very much.
Free kick Atlanta, which is played short to Wiley. Wiley will bounce it back into the left defensive third to Abram. Atlanta in the 4-3-3 as Abram will go back to Brad Guzan at the left edge of his 6-yard box. Guzan fakes the pitch now, surveys options, and rolls it back into the near corner to Abram. Abram sending it ahead now, where Almada is dug down and fouled by Morris.
It's another one.
Although Atlanta is not going to mind foul, free kick, playing with the 2-1 lead.
They wouldn't mind some yellows either, though.
That's true. Cucho playing on a yellow for Columbus. Yakimakis and Silva. By the way, it is 3 accumulated yellows for a playoff suspension. I did check that.
We learned that with Matt Miazga, who somehow managed to do it in 2 games.
Well, there might be more to come for Miazga based on reports.
He's being singled out, though.
Breaking into the officials' dressing room?
Hey, he said he was being singled out, not me.
We'll talk about that on the full-time report, hopefully under jolly circumstances. Here's Lennon with a pitch over the top. Yakimakis, and it's headed away nicely by Camacho. Amundsen now at the edge of Columbus's defensive third. Game really stretched out here as it's up to Matan, who gives it away at center circle to Almada. Almada trying to pivot out of traffic, but cannot. Ball falls to Nagbe, who dribbles down the left wing. Ahead to Yeboah, left attacking third. Now walks back into the middle, dribbling parallel to goal and handing it off to Matan. Tap to Morris, 40 yards away. Morris squaring to the near side, Moreira. Moreira in front of center circle, hands it right back to Morris. Morris down the middle, Yeboah making a run onside, tripped over the ball, now dribbles in, falls down at the edge of the 6, and the ball rolls to Guzan. Penalty shout Columbus. They're not going to get it. Yeboah is still down, rolling around inside the 6-yard box, and Atlanta's going to play on. This is Brooks Lennon sending it ahead now to the halfway line where it is controlled and slipped into the run of Mayumba, making a run down the left wing. Yeboah still down behind the play. This is 11v10, and now Wiley, noticing it, will give it to Shande Silva, who will tap it out for a throw.
Total dive from Yeboah. From the replay that I just caught out of the corner of my eye, it was a total dive. He was looking for it, went down. I didn't see any contact.
I think he tripped over the ball.
Well, that was at the beginning of it. That's not. He didn't launch himself over the ball that shot. He launched himself trying to get the penalty at the end of it. Saba was there to defend, but Yeboah went into the air, I think, before Saba even tries to make a play on it. Yeah, there's nothing there. Yeboah trips into Saba. That's nothing. Yeboah's falling down, and as he's already falling, he makes contact with Saba. Saba doesn't trip him. He hits Saba. That's not a penalty.
Well, as Yeboah is being looked at here, it gives both managers now a chance to ponder as we're in the 75th minute. How do both teams approach these final 15 minutes in stoppage with Atlanta leading 2-1? Both teams with 4 subs and 2 opportunities remaining. As Yeboah is back on his feet.
Yeah, there was no issue with injury with Yeboah. This is all about trying to give Penso time to think about it, trying to let the VAR look at it.
As they look in the technical areas, Jason, Wilfred Nancy is on his tactics board, speaking with Kwame Ampadu, his assistant. Gonzalo Pineda had a word with Brooks Lennon, who's getting the magic spray to his left thigh. It's going to be a Columbus throw, which should be returned to Atlanta by Julian Gressel.
Remember, Lennon had that collision in the first half, and they were checking the knee, calf. I think he might have caught like a wayward boot. It's almost like a Charlie horse.
Yeah.
So you're just trying to loosen that up a bit.
Shots are 10-8 Atlanta United. Here's the return throw by Gressel into the Atlanta end, accepted by Miles Robinson, as Yeboah trots up to the fourth official for clearance to return.
If there was a check, that was done pretty quickly.
I think Ozzie Alonso coming into the technical area for Atlanta. How about that here in the 76th minute? Brooks Lennon along the far touchline, sending it back to Robinson, who will pitch over the top for Giakoumakis. It rolls away from him, but then off Gressel to Shande Silva in the near corner. Silva, dribble. Here's his cross to Giakoumakis. Passes to Muyumba, and he scuffs his shot from the penalty spot.
Muyumba didn't hit that well. Another good idea. Lay off by Giakoumakis. Good work from Silva. Atlanta can still get in behind on the left.
Schulte with an overhead throw off to Matan, who gives it away at the edge of the attacking third to Robinson.
He got triple teamed. Atlanta did a good job of closing Matan down.
Double subs coming for both teams, as Caleb Wiley in the left defensive third knocks it off Gressel for an Atlanta throw. No subs yet, I think, as Wiley will throw it in on the edge of the defensive third. 2-1 Atlanta United, 77th minute. It's thrown into Almada, who immediately back passes to Robinson. Off the small of his back, he's able to control and pass to Guzan. Guzan out to the far touchline for Lennon, who slips it up to Saba. Saba now drops back into the far corner to Robinson, who slides and clears, and then that's put into the middle by Lennon, but unfortunately to Nagbe. Nagbe 30 yards away, run down from behind by Lennon. Nagbe goes down. Did he draw a foul?
Yes, he did.
Oh boy, dangerous free kick coming here for Columbus. Inside of 30 yards, square to the right corner of the 18. Mo Farsi getting set to come in for Columbus. Ozzie Alonso and I believe Edwin Mosquera for Atlanta United.
It's a close one. Lennon did come around. I think he tried to get that with the right foot, but he got enough of Nagbe in the process that call's going to get made.
Well, danger here with Diego Rossi standing over the ball, 30 yards from goal. Angle to Guzan's extreme right. Action at the goal to our right, 78th minute, 2-1 Atlanta. Whistle by Penso. Arm in the air for Rossi. He's up to it. He sends it to the penalty spot, headed up in the air by Giakoumakis over the crossbar for a corner. Good play because Cucho was lurking near the edge of the 6.
He was offside, too. There were multiple Columbus players offside when that ball was delivered, but the flag does not go up. Columbus gets the corner.
Second of the match for Columbus. Gressel to send it out of the near corner goal to our right. Columbus looking for an equalizer. Gressel going with an in-swinger that deflects at the edge of the 6. Leave off Lennon for another corner. Fortune is still down. Penso is ordering the corner, but Fortune will slowly get up first.
Yeah, he's not going to have the corner with Fortune on the ground.
Again, double subs coming for both teams, but this corner will come first. So we're now in the 79th minute. Sports of the Match brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. The all-electric Mercedes-Benz lineup is here. Julian Gressel again out of the near corner goal to our right. Now Penso stops play.
No pushing and shoving anywhere.
And it's almost like he's stopping play because something's being checked.
Yeah, he is.
Now he whistles again.
Okay.
All right. Gressel again out of the near corner. Outswinger to the penalty spot, headed away Giakoumakis all the way into the midfield. Decisive header.
Step out.
By Giakoumakis. Now it is Moreira bouncing it down the right wing to Gressel again. Gressel off the touchline, slipping it to Rossi, edge of the 18, and his cross stuffed by Muyumba. Out for goal kick to Atlanta United.
Muyumba knocks that back off of Rossi, and Muyumba is as emotional as I have ever seen him during his short stay here in Atlanta. He was pumped after that play. I love to see that energy.
So here comes Mo Farsi and Christian Ramirez for Columbus.
Ramirez had 2 goals against Atlanta earlier this season in the regular season game in Columbus.
Aiden Morris is off. Not sure who else came off for Columbus. Meanwhile,
this is a pretty big change for Columbus. You're going 2 up top unless Cucho's going to drop deeper, and you're pulling Morris, so Nagbe's going to be a little more by himself. This is a big tactical change for Columbus.
Sorry, Jason. Wolf and Mosquera for Atlanta. Silva and Saba off.
Like for like, wing for wing. Wolf is a great defender as an attacking player. Mosquera can get in behind and put the game to bed.
2 subs left for each team, 1 window. 81st minute. Off the goal kick. Miles Robinson in the far corner. Sending it clear up to Fortune, who turns and dribbles and advances to Yakimakis, who cuts it to center spot. Almada bouncing it up to Wolf now on the left wing. Wolf dribbles into the attacking third. Tyler Wolf now into the central channel. Bounces the square ball over to Edwin Mosquera on the right wing. Overlapping Lennon. Mosquera tried to slip it to Lennon. It was blocked. Rolls back to Almada. Pitch to the back post. Knocked away from Caleb Wiley, but it's going to roll out to Mayumba. He'll give it back to Wiley now in the near corner. Returns it to Mayumba. Handed back off to Wiley. Wiley tries to dribble into the middle and then knocks it back to the halfway line to Abram.
Smart decision by Wiley.
Down the middle, Wiley combining with Fortune. Sent ahead to Wolf along the near touchline. Flick back to Mayumba. Return to Wolf in the pocket. Now Mayumba again, returning it to Wolf. It's all along the near touchline. Now Fortune back to the halfway line. Will go back to the Atlanta end of Luis Abram.
You have 3 homegrown players on the left side that are all very, very comfortable playing with one another in Wolf, Fortune, and Wiley.
2-1 Atlanta United in the 82nd minute. Atlanta United to force a decisive Game 3 if this score holds. Guzan at the edge of his 6. Drives this over to the right wing. Trapped by Lennon, edge of the defensive third. Drop back into the far corner. Here's Robinson. And then he knocks it off Cucho for a throw along the far touchline.
But Columbus is going to step up and press the throw. This is a little tricky for Atlanta.
The throw off Mayumba, flicks it ahead to Almada. He collides and is able to stay on the ball now. He fakes the pitch, slips it inside to Mayumba. Drop back into the far corner, Robinson. Square ball, Guzan. Wide of his far post. Fake the pass because Ramirez is in the goal mouth. And now Brad will go deep down the right wing where it's off Nagbe towards Mosquera and out for an Atlanta throw.
Brad pulling the big fake on the ball. He knew exactly what he was doing there. He's drawing Ramirez out to have a different lane to pass to.
83rd minute. Would not mind seeing Atlanta United engage in some dark arts of time wasting, although I think there's going to be a lot of added time due to some second half injuries.
I would much rather see a third goal.
Same. Here's Mosquera off the throw, dribbling through traffic, down the right wing, into the attacking third. Mosquera to the edge of the 18. Here's Yakimakis, back to Mosquera. Shot! Score! Goal! Watso! I think you just got your wish. And Atlanta United 10 minutes away from a trip back to Ohio Sunday night.
I love the substitutions from Gonzalo Pineda because you got balance. You created a triumvirate on the left side of players who have played together since they were 12 or 13 years old. They can control the game there. And you put a game breaker on the right side, hailing from Pereira, Colombia. Edwin Mosquera puts it away for Atlanta. They have the 2-goal lead.
And Yorgos Yakimakis with the assist has been involved in all 3 goals tonight, a goal and 2 assists. Mosquera's first goal of the playoffs, 4th of the year.
Mosquera coming back into this team in the summer after a loan to Defensa y Justicia where he didn't get playing time. He's been a big part of Atlanta's resurgence in the second half of the season.
Columbus off the kickoff. Cucho pitching it out over the far touchline for an Atlanta throw. Now there is still quite a bit of time left. Columbus, the number 1 goal-scoring team in the league. Atlanta will have to be careful here in the 85th minute, leading 3-1.
Columbus in the last 15 minutes of games, -5 goal differential. Atlanta now +11.
Off the throw, pitched over the top by Abram for Tyler Wolf in a 1v1 with Morera. It connects with Wolf outside the 18 left side. We'll drop it back to Almada in the midfield. He'll fake the pitch, walk it forward, pitch ahead now Wiley. Chested down nicely by Camacho, who clears to Nagbe. Wiley digging for the second ball. Rolls off instead to Mo Farsi. Now here's a pitch down the middle to Ramirez, who chests it down to Matan. Hands off to Nagbe. Drop back to Amundsen. Fires it up to Yaboa, making a run down the left wing. Lennon gets on his mark as Yaboa lets that roll skip to the touchline and then drops it back to Matan. Matan down the middle to Cucho. Ahead to Rossi outside the arc. Then his pass is blocked by Caleb Wiley. Out to Wolf. Pitching ahead to Almada. Atlanta countering from right to left. Almada, then dispossessed by Nagbe.
Blocked by Nagbe. He was trying to open it up to Mosquera.
Cucho, a pitch for Ramirez. Heads it up in the air across the face of goal, and Brad Guzan catches and falls over it.
Make the catch, go down, eat up some clock. That's what a captain does.
86th minute. Atlanta United, 4 minutes plus stoppage time away from their first playoff victory since 2019. And they will put all the pressure on Columbus Sunday night for a Game 3. Columbus is the home team. Here's Thiago Almada slaloming through traffic, past Ramirez, up to the halfway line, pulls the air brake there. Nagbe on skates, past ahead Giacomakis, ahead to Wolf down the left wing. Wolf outside the 18 left side. Runners making overlaps. Here's Wolf with a cross that's blocked by Farsi. Second ball, though, is going to roll to Mayamba, who will take this back to the halfway line and back pass to Brad Guzan. 87th minute now. Guzan at the top of the Atlanta arc, calmly hooks the ball over to Robinson, who plays down the right wing to Brooks Lennon. Lennon squaring to Fortune, who pivots past his man, Maitan, and dribbles up to center circle.
I love that confidence from Jay Fortune on the turn. He overhits the pass, but you're into the attacking half. Fortune on the turn. That was a gutsy play.
Well, if we hope Mateus Rossetto is okay, but if he's not, I think Jay Fortune probably looking at a Game 3 start Sunday night.
He absolutely is.
Here now is Yaya Boa coming up to the left halfway line, shielded away by Mosquera. Deep in the 87th minute, Atlanta United leading 3-1. Camacho behind center circle. Now walks the ball back to the left and passes to Amundsen. Amundsen met by Giacomakis. Slipped ahead now to Matan. Matan drives it ahead to Cucho in the pocket. He dribbles down the middle to the top of the arc. Cucho with a loose touch. That plays it to Robinson. Clear to Morera. Over to Farsi now. Right side of the 18. Drop back to Morera. Top of the 18. Roll to Cucho. He whiffs on the shot. It rolls back to Rossi. He dribbles through traffic. Played to Farsi. Edge of the 6. Here's his cutback cross. Headed away by Edwin Mosquera. Out to Yorgos Giacomakis in the midfield. Giacomakis will drop it back to Lennon. Lennon along the far touchline. Clears it up to Mosquera again. Mosquera now will turn and bounce to Wiley inside center circle. Wiley ahead to Almada. Down the left wing. Walking in on Schulte. Almada, tough angle shot. Score! We're going back to Ohio! Game 3 Sunday night. Winner to advance to the conference semifinals. Atlanta United coming up with their best home performance of the season.
The ball from Caleb Wiley out to Thiago Almada is perfect. And it's Caleb Wiley in the center circle as a left back, because that's what the game called for in that moment. Caleb's a teenager making that play in a must-win playoff game. Thiago Almada, we expect him to make those kinds of plays. It's absurd. The chip over Schulte. It's just a little flick. Something he's been doing since he was a kid in Villa Fiorito. What a play from Almada. What a ball from Wiley. And what a response from Atlanta United here in the second half.
Almada's first goal of the playoffs, his 13th of the year. Wiley's first assist of the playoffs, 5th of the year. There's a Columbus player injured behind the play. Now, I don't want to overthink things too much. We're in the 90th minute. I would get Giacomakis out of here, playing on a yellow, just in case. Atlanta does have one substitution window left. I would not necessarily think that is a bad idea, leaning 4-1. Just in case. You feel me on that?
I think you're
overthinking.
I think you're overthinking, and I think you're a little afraid of Chris Pensa.
Damn right I'm afraid of this guy. How many times over the years, how many times over the years, both ways have we seen him with quick triggers?
I think the instruction to Giacomakis, who had a long drink of water in front of the bench, was either we're about to sub you or don't do anything. Yeah. Don't do anything.
Calma, yeah. Max Arfston and Jason Russell Rowe coming in for Columbus. That'll wrap up their subs. We're in stoppage time. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
We are your official station for all things Atlanta United.
WCGC Atlanta and WCGC HD1. Always free on the Odyssey app.
We'll play 7 added minutes. The crowd groans, but I think that's right. And perhaps Gonzalo Pineda, hearing me up in the booth, has put Jamal Tiare into the technical area along with Juano Parata. Columbus off the kickoff, moving from left to right. They have emptied their bench. Game 3 in Columbus Sunday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. It'll be on Star 94, barring a meltdown of epic proportions. This ball is slipped to Ramirez at the left end line. Lennon is right there. Now Arfston takes that into the far corner and dribbles it out off of Lennon for a Columbus throw. Thrown backwards to Amundsen. Amundsen going for glory from distance. That shot, though, blocked by Mosquera. Down to Yakimakis, who takes it over to the far touchline and then spins and gives it back to Gressel, who pitches over the top. Under hit for Almada. Bounces off Nagby, though, to Wiley, who knocks it down to Moyamba.
That was to Lennon. Gressel's on the bench watching.
That is true.
Brooks has done pretty well tonight. I want to give him his props.
Yep. Here now is Yakimakis knocking the ball away from behind of Arfston, but it rolls back to Amundsen. All right, we're in the second of 7 added minutes. It's 4-1 Atlanta United.
7? Okay.
I don't hate it. There were some second half injuries.
It's 4-1.
Here is Farsi now along the near touchline. Dropping it back to Marrera at the halfway line. And now a back pass by Camacho to Schulte. What must they be thinking in Columbus? All the pressure is going to be on them as the home team Sunday night. Mm-hmm. The winner of that game will play Orlando or Nashville. Here is a nice ball slipped ahead to Yaya Boa. Edge of the 18. His cross is knocked away at the penalty spot off Rossi by a diving Luis Abram. Mayamba taking it to the near touchline and out for a Columbus throw. Here come the Atlanta subs. And it'll be Almada coming off for Parata. That is a safety play. And TRA coming off for Yakimakis. So, hey, this, if anything, will give Yakimakis a curtain call, a goal and 2 assists tonight. And what did I tell you? Here is Amundsen now trying to start something with Yakimakis as he walks off the pitch. Chris Penso gets right there and diffuses it.
He's got it under control.
So Air Force One now coming on for the first time in the playoffs.
Yorgos was just taking his time coming off the field. That's all. Amundsen didn't like it. Penso had it all under control. What a night for Yorgos. What a night for Yorgos. Yeah. And not just with the goal.
Well, the 2 assists.
The assists. And that's something we haven't seen as much of from him during his time here in Atlanta. He's really good at bringing others into the play, and I think he's tried to at times this year. Came off perfectly tonight.
I think he's the man of the match for sure. His play resumes with Columbus now. Camacho behind center circle, poking it up behind the right halfway line to Marrera. He sends this up to Ramirez now, making a run down the right wing. Stops at the corner of the 18. Cross to the back post is nuked, but headed out for corner by Brooks Lennon. Got about 3.5 minutes to play if they're true to the clock. Now this will be sent out of the far corner, goal to our right by Yaya Boa. 4-1 Atlanta United. Arm in the air for Yeboah. He's up to it. This is an outswinger to the penalty spot. And at the near post, a collision between Wolf, who knocked the ball out, and Jason Russell Rowe. And it's another throw, or corner, to Columbus. And again, it'll be Yeboah to send it in. Outswinger again, near post. And here's a shot and score. Well worked by Columbus as they get it to the top of the 18. And Max Arfston, the 21-year-old from Fresno, California, makes it 4-2 here with about 3 minutes to play.
Arfston really likes playing against Atlanta in garbage time goals. Luckily, this one, a little bit different kind of garbage time goal.
Yes, he did have a garbage time goal in that 6-1 win on March 25th.
Yes.
That was really well worked by Columbus. Off the corner, Yeboah will get the assist. 6th of the season, 1st of the playoffs. Arfston's 3rd goal of the season, 1st of the playoffs.
Well, I think it's Russell Rowe gets that touch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Russell Rowe knocked it back.
Sorry, Jason. The Canadian-born gets his 4th assist of the season, 1st of the playoffs. Atlanta off the kickoff from right to left with Caleb Wiley coming down the left wing, and then dispossessed from behind by Nagby. Stumbles over the ball, they play on. Jay Fortune now at the halfway line. Dropping it back to Abram. Abram will go back further to Brad Guzan. 2 minutes to play if they're true to the clock. Guzan, long diagonal down the right wing, knocked down by Amundsen into the middle, and then it rolls towards Ramirez, but it's blocked out of there by Miles Robinson. To Camacho at center spot. Camacho gives it back now to Amundsen. Amundsen playing it through now to Russell Rowe, and he's dispossessed by Air Force One. Mosquera trying to dribble out of there. He goes only up to Russell Rowe, knocks it out for a throw on the far touchline, and Atlanta will set up for it slowly.
I know it's easy when we talk about the additions in this team and what it did to the team with Muyamba, with Silva, with Lobjanidze. You got to include Mosquera in that conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
And we've talked to Gonzalo Pineda a lot about what Mosquera has brought since coming back. One, I think you see the goals from him that we didn't see last year. Two, you just see the energy out of him. And three, and I think it's a really important thing, he's very close to Thiago Almada. Those two are good friends, and they have a great connection on the field.
1 minute to play. Here's a long ball over the top that'll be off the head of Russell Rowe and out for a throw on the far touchline to Atlanta United. Penso ordering Lennon to, I think, take the throw a little more quickly. Now we have a smart play here. Muyamba sitting down. Look, this is what you have to do. Oh, he's cramping. Oh, you hate to see that indoors in November. But he'll be flexed by Jay Fortune, and this will take us to the end of the 7 added minutes. And Atlanta United leading 4-2. I don't think there's going to be much of a protest by Columbus. And Atlanta with a defensive third throw now. So they're just moments away from seeing the match out. Thrown down the far touchline, and it's flicked forward by Mosquera to TRA. TRA tripped up at the halfway line, and they will blow for full time right there. Atlanta United gets their first playoff win since 2019 and extends the series to a decisive Game 3 Sunday night. 4-2 winners over Columbus Crew.
Backs against the wall, you have to deliver a performance, and Atlanta United did. So many strong individual performances, but it was about how it all fit together. This was a group, the collective was the strength tonight. You saw Muyamba, you saw Osechu, you saw so many players that maybe fly under the radar that aren't going to get on those stat sheets that delivered big performances. Miles Robinson, after the goal that was conceded, where Cucho beat him in a 1v1. Robinson, I don't think he put a foot wrong the rest of the day. Just a great performance in a game where you needed that great performance. Now you have to do it again on Sunday night.
7 o'clock kickoff from lower.com field. Sunday night it'll be on Star 94. Right after the Falcons game ends on 92.9 The Game. And Atlanta United forces a decisive Game 3 with their backs against the wall. And I have never been so happy as to have to go to Ohio. 4-2 Atlanta United over Columbus Crew. Plenty more to come after this on Sports Radio 92.9 The Game.
Fleet Cards USA.
The Beatles have once again pushed the boundaries of musical exploration.
With a brand new song and anniversary editions of their Red and Blue albums.
Now and Then is the last record of the Fab Four. John, Paul, George and Ringo.
Now and Then. Hear it throughout